Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ocean Life. It's your boy Ricky Ocean. Let me holler at ya.
Hey, this is Lexi.
Hey guys, and we want to thank everybody for tuning into our live, in which we're gonna first of all we're gonna celebrate 600 subscribers. Whoop whoop.
Woohoo!
The crazy thing is because I keep seeing it fluctuate. It was at 602, 603, now it's back down to 600. So I'm gonna roll with 600 that we have right now. We're gonna keep it going. Hey Angie, how are you? Angie was checking in earlier. Was the first comment here on the live? So appreciate you, Angie, for tuning in. Um, so today we're going to talk about our time on the MSC Maravilla. I actually have a sheet here. Thanks to Dennis. Thanks, Dennis.
Well,
I
we're
know.
actually Medavilla.
Yeah, I'm still working. I'm still working on it. It's crazy. But
Yes,
yeah,
we're going to talk about our time there, but we're also going to talk about our very first cruise that we did coming back after, the pandemic had shut down everything, which was on the Carnival Vista. So we're going to talk a little bit about both because we haven't put out a lot of content yet on the Carnival Vista. So we're going to kind of do a little compare and contrast, but we still have some other videos to come as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. But first thing we're gonna talk about is um the process getting on MSC Meraviglia. I will let you have it.
Okay, so when we got on the Carnival Vista versus the MSC, I'm gonna start with MSC because hey Clay, how you doing? When we got on the MSC, you would have thought that their process. Okay, Victoria, we're gonna buck and shout. You would have thought that their process would have been so much better because they have been already in the process of cruising through the last year with the pandemic. So we get there and we get out of the car and it's like, okay, we're going up. But then you had a couple of people, I don't know if they're TSA or what, I don't know. Then you had this other lady who the cruise line and we're standing outside and they've got one line for people who have small children or wheelchairs or whatever case may be. But then there was another lady standing there. She was trying to help check because they wanted to check your passports and nobody really knew what they were doing. And then the one lady was like, I'm the only one to check and you can't check. And then we're standing there and we're like, and then they're like, okay, and let's see. Okay. So then we get inside and then they're 6 feet apart. We got to stay 6 feet. We were just all outside, 2 inches apart at this rate. But that's definitely where they started the whole 6 feet apart. Pretty much once you got right into the terminal. But even still, though, the process was still not as smooth as it could have been. But we get through security, or the really kind of sucked because y'all know Ricky likes to document for you all. But he's like, okay, showing us walking up, and they're like, no, you have to delete that right now. You can't have it. And I was like, put your camera away. Put it away now. Like they were not playing. And so then and the other thing is the vibe was different. Like people didn't seem openly like, oh my gosh, we're excited, we're going on a cruise, we're yay, first MSC cruise is coming off since the pandemic. There was none of that. You just didn't have that vibe. Now I will say a couple of things about MSC. Once you got through the initial checkpoint part, you went into to line, like I said, they were big on 6 feet. Okay. And so hello Journey with the Gingers. So you went through the line, and then you had to get, what was that first process? We went through the line.
We're gonna come back to that comment right there.
Yes.
We went through security.
Right.
After we went to security, then After that, when we had the health assessment, whatnot.
Now, the health assessment, you had to go through this line, and I was like, oh my gosh. And you had this piece of paper, and they were like, have you filled out the paper? And luckily we had ours. Ricky was on top of it. So we did have that. We had to hand the paper, the questionnaire out. Hello, Dawn, to them, and then they gave us some type of sticker or something. I forgot.
Yeah.
So we're standing in line, and then they're like calling people over because they're going to test you. So MSC did the swab, the nose swab. He has never been swabbed before. I have. And we're saying line. The guy kept saying, need four. Nobody was seeing his fingers. He was like, well, 3. I'll take 3. And they're like, that paid. So we were standing right there. He was like, just 2 of you? Yes, I'll take you 2. So he opened it up and let us through. And we're like, oh, thank goodness. So the person who did Ricky's nose swab just kind of went up a little bit. This like chick, I was like, oh, my sinuses up into my eyeballs. So now this is the part that I liked versus Carnival. We'll talk about that. So we were in station 8 or 28 or something. And so they gave you a sticker and they said you had to put it on your shirt. And then once you left the nose swabbing place, you went back to your particular area. And so you had to sit there, and everybody in that area had to make sure that everyone was good before they would let you on the ship. So they didn't have it where everybody just kind of got together. And then once you even sat down, they were like, okay, families sat together. They would have some seats. So each little section, they still was doing social distancing. Okay, so that process, they had thought that through. Then once we sat there, I don't know, probably 45 minutes or so, other people had to sit a much longer time. We didn't. We actually did pretty good. They moved our time back to, I believe, 9:30 to get there instead of 12:30. So, it really did help that we were able to get the process started earlier, because some who came later didn't go so well. But they finally did call us to get up so we can then go onto the ship. Couldn't go on the ship yet. You had to go downstairs. And then that's where they took your picture for the cruise. And that's where they gave you your bands and everything. Now, MSC, I do like that. They do have the tracking watches, which is great. Let's talk about that. But then they also have the white band. Think of hospital bands when you go to the hospital or ER, and they give you that band to put on your wrist, and it has all your information. Well, so the white one is supposed to symbolize that you have your vaccinations. So yes, he's holding it up. So Ricky, I didn't stop him. I let him put it on how he was gonna put it on. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Ricky put it on, and he had all this extra piece hanging off. I pay attention to details, because that's what women do. And so I took my little piece, and when before I closed, I put it. So I had a little bitty loop, so I didn't have all this hanging off. So personally, I would have preferred if they had the tracking watches in different colors. So X colors if you're vaccinated, another color if you're not, another one if you're a child who is vaccinated, child not vaccinated, whatever the case may be. And here's the reason I say that. So the watch, for me, I would take my watch off at night when I went to sleep, because I don't sleep with my watch on. Ricky, most times he does sleep with his regular watch on. As you can tell, I don't even have my watch on now. That's only because I just found it, but that's another story. And so that white band you can't take off. So when you're taking pictures, I ended up just leaving the black watch on because I was trying to cover up that white band. But that's the thing I don't like. And I understand, people can say, yeah, but if it's a watch, even if it's a different color, then somebody can swap it for somebody who's not vaccinated. And I don't know too many people who's going to be doing that, because most people in the party, you're going to pretty much be vaccinated. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, that hospital bracelet. Yeah. And that's the thing, because like I said, after a while, you get tired of that thing being on you, and maybe you just want to have it off and then, put it back on. And I just found it easier to take the watch off and put the watch back on. And so once again, talking about pictures, to me, that kind of screwed up the pictures. I will say that at least for something like that. Some of the photographers were trying to say, well, hey, like hide your hand a little bit, or can you put it underneath the black watch, or whatever the case may be, at least trying to help the people out. But I can see how that could become a problem for people. So that was the process when you got on. Wait, so you get a white, yes. Lisette, is it? Yes, you get a white bracelet or a white look like hospital band, and you get the black watch. The black watch is for tracking purposes. Now that you have to turn back in, but of course you get to keep the white band. So, like I said, I did like that. Do you think the impacts were treated differently than those? Yes, they were treated differently in terms of there are some things that they could not do. So, for instance, going into, that's why they wanted to see that band. Going into some of the shows, there were a few shows that were, you had to be vaccinated. They're like, wait, we need to see your band. And, you showed them the band. It's like, okay.
Ricky, I'll give them that. They were very diligent. They were very diligent with that. So I major kudos on that.
Yes. You had to have your band on. They wanted to see it. And they wanted to, now for children, something about the bands or the watches, they were sent to the room and they didn't give it to the kids right away. But for the adults, you got it as soon as when they take that picture of you, that's when you got it. You had your little package. And so what they're doing now is you go downstairs, and that's where they take your picture, and they go behind them to the little staging area, and they have it by floor, and they're supposed to go through and get a little envelope that's sealed, and it has your ship card in it. It also has the watch and in it, and then they just pull one of the bands and give it to you. And then they have some more something else in there for information about making sure for safety purposes and for health purposes what they're doing. That's what MSC did. So once we got the band stuff, we got to get right onto the ship after that. But like I said, that could become a little annoying. Now, here's the perk to the band, because once again, you got to turn these things back in and stuff. But you can, if you want to get into the water, you can have, you're supposed to be out and about, and your band is supposed to always be on. The watch and the band is supposed to always be on. So what you can do is, if you want to get in the pool, you can get in the pool with the watch on. I did call guest services to ask them if it is waterproof, and they did say yes. So if you want to take a shower or get in the pool, it will work. I also, I think Ricky and I weren't doing the watch right at first. Maybe it was actually working, but we did go to guest services to get it reset. But you can use the watch to get into your room. So many times I did not walk around with my ship card. And I know some people walk around with it on a lanyard. I didn't really walk around with my ship card. I just could use my band to get in and out of the room. And now here's a trick. You have to just hold it still for a moment, hold it up there, and then the light will go green. So that was helpful as well, especially for people who tend to put their ship card in their pockets and lose them. We're not naming any.
Oh my God, you gonna lay off me on that, okay?
Let me tell y'all something. Every time
we have a question.
He was like, "Oh, my ship card," but
we have a question.
Yes, Elizabeth. Hi. It says, how long did it take you to get on the ship? So, we got there, about 9:30?
Yeah.
And we got on the ship, about 10:45 or so? Almost 11 o'clock?
Yeah. It's about an hour.
So for us, like I said, it didn't take a long time. But for some of the people, because they were supposed to leave at 7, and they didn't leave until 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So originally we were supposed to leave the port at 7 or 7:30, something like that. And we didn't leave until 9 or 9:30. But some of those people who were getting on later, they were saying it was taking them a while to get on. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was glad that we were able to get on and kind of just like, oh, okay. So that was the process of getting on. With Carnival, since we're kind of doing a comparison contrast, and then I'm let Ricky talk in a moment and give his spiel. We see Michigan in the background. Oh, absolutely. Let's not play. Hey, hello, Michigan Wolverines.
We're from Michigan, living in Texas.
Yes, we are from Detroit, Michigan. So and then see, and well, look, I'm sorry, Go Blue will always be me. Always. I owe them a lot of money because a lot of money. I'm opening up a donation fund. Anybody, just anybody. But did the vaccinated mingle with the unvaccinated? I would probably say yes. So this is how they did it. All right. So you get onto the ship. There was no, oh, you can't be around certain people. You can mingle with people. What they did do though was they had certain chairs blocked off. So they had signs already on certain chairs, certain seats, except really in the auditorium area, but I know they don't call it auditorium, the theater. So you could sit pretty much anywhere you wanted, especially if it was a show that was just for vaccinated people. But on the ship, what you had to do was if you were inside, you had to wear a mask. And if you were inside walking around, let me express that way. If you're inside walking around, you had to have on a mask. Woo! Glad you're from Michigan. If you were outside, you did not have to wear a mask. If you were inside sitting down, eating, drinking, even sitting there just talking to someone, you didn't necessarily have to wear a mask. But when I tell you, so I was in the buffet and I was like, oh, I need to get some salt or something. I'm about to talk about the buffet. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me run up there real quick. And of course, I was just eating. I ran up there and the lady was like, you need your mask. Okay. So I had to go back to my seat, grab my mask, go back up to ask, oh, I know I wanted another dessert. So like I said, they were on it. Taking pictures, of course, you took your mask off. Well, I had forgotten that, taking my mask off. And so I was like, oh, let me walk in. The lady was like, oh, yeah. Let me put my mask on. Buffet. Ricky, go ahead. Tell us what you thought about the buffet, and then I'll say what I thought. Because you ate there more than I did.
It was okay. It had its varieties. It had your piece. I enjoyed breakfast buffet the most. I got up and I really enjoyed breakfast buffet. Had a good variety of items. So I really did enjoy that. Lunch. I tend to be a little bit of a picky eater, so lunch and dinner. I just got a couple of things and went from there. Lexi.
Okay, so for me, for the buffet, so let me tell y'all how the buffet goes. Y'all, okay, so like I said, we got on there relatively early in terms of our time. So I would say this about MSC. They were not playing those reindeer games. You're going to wash your hands and they're going to do temperature checks. They were serious about it. So this is what you did. So you got to the buffet and they had a line. And so when I tell you they had these circles on the floor that you better stand on that circle. Now, Ricky and I, we were the only two in our party, but they made us stand on two separate circles. They wouldn't even let us stand together. So we walked up. They were like, they pointed to you to go wash your hands. So that part we walked up together. As soon as we washed our hands, we had to stand on two separate circles. Then we will move from circle to circle. They were boop, boop, your forehead, and then you will move forward. And then they had someone working there who will hand you a tray and hand you silverware that was wrapped up. Now, in line, you got to go through the buffet line. Of course, they didn't necessarily have it 6 feet apart, but they were still like, please keep a distance. But, it's a little hard. And so everything, they had plexiglass around. So you just say, oh, I would like a little bit of that or da-da-da-da-da. And then they would hand you your plate over the witchmajig, the counter there. And then you would move on down the line. So I promise you, they really were not playing about it. Now because I was a little mad, like, wait a minute, we got to stand this long line. It's going to take forever. And so then I did ask the question. I tend to go from 0 to 100. What can I say? I work on two ends of the spectrum. So I never did like Ricky, and I'm giving him away to anyone who wants him. I'm going to auction him off at the end. So I did go up to ask, like, do you have to go back through that main line again? And yes, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. I see you keep picking it up and holding it up. So what? I got my cup to hold up. Sorry, y'all. That's my ADHD kicking in. So I do have it. I can't help it. So I did go to ask, hey, do I have to stand back in that line again? Because I could get off the line. Oh, no. Once you're in, then you can just kind of up in the middle of the line and, get served if you want something extra. Okay. So they had it where they would have just a certain section of the buffet that was available. Now, what they did, they had people at the water station, people at the coffee and tea station. Like you weren't touching anything. You weren't walking up to get anything. And so they had it where you would go around and then you would sit down. Now, one of the things I did like is on each of the tables, they had a number. So when someone, if you had a drink package, or even if you didn't, when the people who would take your order for the drinks, they came over, they would write the number down or whatever for the table you're at, which I kind of like that. So that way they can definitely find you again. And then they would take your order. Now in the buffet, no, you can get beer. Can't get anything else, it seems. You can get beer, you can get soft drinks. I'm from the north, as you already know, so I call it pop, but there's others who call it soda. So you can get pop and water. And that's about the extent of it. So if you wanted like a mixed drink or something like that, you have to go outside to the pool area. In terms of food, it was European. No, they had European. They did have the pizza and the burgers if you wanted. Ricky, like he said, he's really picky. So the first day, like I said, we get on there. He's like, oh, the burgers. Well, the burgers already had mustard on it, and he doesn't do ketchup or mustard. So he's like, and then he was like, oh, well, I'll get a hot dog. Well, they already had sauerkraut on them and mustard, I think. Yeah. I love sauerkraut. I love mustard. So I was like, I'll take a hot dog. So he didn't like that. So that's one thing I don't really like, because you do have people who are like, I don't like certain things, like ketchup or mustard or sauerkraut. So it would have been helpful if they had just a plain hot dog, a plain burger. Now, if you wanted ketchup and mustard, you could go, if you move down the line a little bit, the hand pumps, they did offer you, if you wanted ketchup, mustard, or mayo, they did offer that to you. It would have also been helpful if they had little small dishes where they could have given you some ketchup or mustard instead of a small plate, because you're trying to carry your tray and you got all these different things on it. In terms of the food, it was okay. It was a variety of foods. But there was something there if you would have liked it. So I didn't go to the breakfast one much or the lunch one much. I slept a lot, but and I got room service. So but I did have some food there, and so they will have some varieties.
Yeah, I couldn't drag it to the breakfast buffet until the final day. It was crazy.
I know. Look, y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all a secret.
Oh Lord,
I like to sleep. Let me tell y'all. I don't understand how those kids in pre-K and kindergarten don't value nap time. OMG, babies! I love nap time, and it kind of backfired on Ricky. We didn't have a balcony this time. He was like, we're gonna have to do inside cabin. Okay, but guess what? Like, it'll be dark, and so that'll be good for you. How many of y'all ever watched Married with Children? And there was an episode where they had never had any food or anything, and there was an episode they're all sitting on the couch, and somebody just threw the blanket over them, and then they went to sleep because it was dark. So that's all you can really do. That's me. That room was pitch black, and I was like, wake up. Have no idea what time it is. Still going back to sleep. What can I say? I think it backfired on Ricky. I slept. Oh well. See, look at him now. He's just like, that's his fault. I think you all should get on here and say, do nothing less than balcony for her. Nothing less than balcony. Feel free, chime in. He might listen to y'all. So with that being said, oh, I was like, we're not getting any comments. I didn't have the right thing clicked. You have an adorable dimple. Yes. Did you want everyone to see that?
Oh, shut
Did
up.
I miss something? Yes. Journey with the Ginger sleep is even better on a cruise ship. Yes, it is. Absolutely is. And sometimes it rocks you. And you're just like, and you're lulled to sleep.
Oh dear God! Let's not get her started on sleep, please. Please, she'll do a damn lecture on it.
Oh, me? How could he say certain things like that about me?
If they had a degree, if they had a doctorate of sleepology, you would be the main professor.
I would. I really, really would. What can I say? I am a professional. So we talked a lot about my sister and I was on that cruise. Oh, really? Okay, cool. So we talked a lot about MSC. I want to do a little bit of compare and contrast. Okay. So Ricky, I'll go ahead and let you talk about the energy level between MSC and Carnival, because that was big for you.
That was huge. That was huge for me. That was huge
yes, aft balcony. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, Gingers. Appreciate that. Ooh, appreciate that so much.
Well, Elizabeth, you're still gonna have a good time, and don't worry, we'll talk about
that. And we're gonna get to that. Like, so a lot of you all knew we went live from the Maravilla, and I debuted exactly, and I debuted the International Man of Leisure Championship. Wow. I truly feel that all this would have been better. It would have been better received on Carnival with the energy that Carnival has. I have to, that's something that I have to work on as I try different cruise lines. That every cruise line is not going to be Carnival. It's not going to have that level of energy. So I have to dial it down. As you know, I'm a little over the top. So, and I think that truly fits Carnival. And I try to bring that wherever I go. So. Not say that I'm not gonna bring the energy on any cruise that we go on. It's just I prefer the vibe on Carnival. But we still had.
I would like to say your grandbaby doesn't go for your vibe. She stopped listening to you.
Okay, it happens. Okay, but that was like the big thing. Like where on Carnival, Lido deck is always jumping. There's always something going on the ship. That was not that was not MSC.
Oh, remember when they were doing the dancing? Remember when I was at the pool and they were doing the dancing? Oh, of course I went with the cat. Thank you. That's one of my grandbabies, by the way. Thank you very much. He's not a very good granddad. I just want to put that out. Hey, look, this is important stuff. They need to know how you treat your grandbabies.
Not really.
Yes, really. Me, I'm the best. Now, if I can just get Oreo to come up here, but oh well. Chunky Butt's not coming. He can't help it. He's chunky, by the way. Don't let Ricky tell you anything else. Now, remember, see how he does? Remember when I was at the pool and they were saying, come on, let's go dance. And
on Carnival, all you had to do was play the music and folks started dancing. They had to beg folks to come up there to come up there and dance and participate. Yeah, that was. I'm like, that was.
Yeah, they the people. I mean, some people did finally get up, but it was like touch and go. They're like, nobody wants to come. Nobody wants to come up. So I was like, wow. I wasn't coming up. I was not going up there. But like I said, it's definitely a different vibe. And so when we bring the belt, which I will say this, you all who did see the belt, there were others who came up to us like, what's the belt about? And there were just random people that was asking, what's with this belt? So there were some who were very much so interested in it. And Ricky, I really, really, really want you to tell everyone about the woman that we talked to.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So, first day of the cruise, I met this family. It was after we debuted the belt, and I was carrying the belt and everything, and they asked me what it was about, and I was telling them that first of all, I'm Ricky Ocean. That's me, basically, I'm as the international man of leisure, and the belt is just a symbol. To always remind you that no matter what you decide to do, if it means a leisure or a vacation and whatnot, whatever, no matter what anybody says about it, own it as yours. Because it's your time, it's your family's time. It's for you to enjoy it. On the last day of the cruise, they came up to me and said that really resonated with them. So that really touched me. I posted that on the I think I posted that on. It was posted on the Ricky Ocean Facebook page, but that really touched me. That was pretty cool.
So yeah, that was really, really nice. And there are some pics on your Instagram.
Yeah, a couple pics on Instagram with some folks from the cruising community. That I met Dina. We had a nice long conversation with Dina. Jessica from the cruise group. So we definitely met up with a whole lot of good folks. So it's good. It's good, and we hope to keep meeting more and more folks. So that's a good thing. I think the bell will be a good conversation starter. So that's a good thing.
Well, it was a good conversation starter. I remember when we went live, and there were a couple of people sitting at a table over from us, and they asked about the belt. When I was at the pool and you had come up to find me, there were a couple of older ladies that were sitting in some lounge chairs next to me. They're like, what is that? So I was like, oh, I told them, and then he came over and he showed them the belt. So it actually was a conversation starter. When we were taking pictures at the stairs.
Yeah.
So that was a conversation starter there. Excuse me. And so yeah. What's it? Let's meet at Strip Search.
You're so far behind. You're talking about security.
Oh. So yeah, those were some of the things. Now, here's one of the things I want to talk about the pictures really quickly. So yes. I absolutely love the package that they have. In comparison, I just feel like, I think we're gonna have to do a whole nother video so we can really just do a compare and contrast. I feel like we're just kind of hitting and missing, but
we can do that. We can do that. We can do more. We can do a little bit now.
Definitely do more. But I do want to talk about this for the MSC. The picture package, I like it a lot better than I did for Carnival.
Okay.
And so for MSC, because I love taking a lot of pictures, even though I don't have a lot posted in my house, gotta work on that. But for MSC, you could do, was it unlimited, however many digital or printed pics you wanted for X amount of dollars. So we did digital. Great. Now MSC does need to work on their website because it crashed, and we're like, come on now. And so, I know, like, really. So we took, we were taking pictures. What I don't like is, so for instance, since Ricky had done everything, it was all under his card, everything, I had to make sure I had his card. So if I went by myself to take pictures, I had to take his card. I didn't like that. I wish it were, by the room, and then I could just show my own card. Mainly because if he wanted to take his card and go somewhere else, yes, you could roam around the ship, like I said, without your card. But some people just feel a little bit more comfortable having it, especially when you were ordering drinks or something. They really did want to see your card because they would scan the barcode.
Right.
And it was just easier. The other suggestion I would have for the pictures is, so Carnival does this, which makes sense. So when they're taking pictures on the stairs, and Dennis told us what type of crystals they were, because he is like the guru of these cruise ships. And I'll have to go back and look the type of crystals they are, but those stairs are just, you are just absolutely beautiful.
Swarovski crystals, something like that.
Okay. I have a short out there to show you the stairs. And I just did a little short real quick. I had to show you all. So go check it out on our YouTube page. But when you take pictures on these stairs, oh my gosh, those stairs are just absolutely beautiful. The one thing I love about MSC, if nothing else, the problem is you have to stand there and wait. And what they should do is do like Carnival does. They block off the top of that particular staircase, because there's other ways you can go down, but they block it off so people don't keep going down and you have to keep standing there waiting. So that's the one big suggestion that I would make to MSC. So, you know, MSC, if you're watching, hey, thank you so much. But absolutely, we will see you next week.
Yeah, that's just a teaser. We're doing our very first interview with the Gingers, Journey with the Gingers, next Thursday. So on their YouTube page. So we'll put more information out this coming week about that. So thanks guys.
Thank you. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. But yes, if you are, see, here's the thing, y'all. Story time. So when
Quick
I
story.
go on, hush up. When I go on cruises, when I go on vacation, I like to just kind of relax, chill out, and really just let it just be us. We're to ourselves. Ricky is, I don't know how to describe him. Something's wrong with him. He needs to seek help. So he's just out there, way out there. Yep, first. So MSC is more my speed. You know, it's kind of laid back a little bit more, and not like, wow, yeah. It's laid back. So if that's your type of vibe, then you're going to absolutely love MSC. Even if it's not your vibe, it's not that you're going to hate it. It's just like, okay, just get used to it. It's not like you're going to be doing a lot of woohoo and partying. It's not necessarily.
Curb your expectation. That's what it is. You get, especially if you cruise Carnival, then you go to MSC. Curb your expectation from what you experienced at Carnival. So, I just had to
remember Ricky getting on. Remember how we were in line to get on Carnival and we're like, whoa, yeah. And you're like, yeah. And you're just like hyping it up. And I'll just stand there like, oh, please stop. Oh, please stop. For the love of God, please stop. But you and everybody else is like, whoa. Yeah. You didn't get that from MSC. Like you got on.
We got on the ship.
As soon as you got on the ship.
As soon as you got on the ship, they brought the energy. I'm like, okay. That's where it stopped. It stopped. As soon as I passed them, that stopped. That was all I was getting that entire cruise.
Like even the cruise director wasn't.
Yeah.
It was definitely a different vibe.
We only saw that Joker at the shows. That's about it.
Yeah. And it shows. I mean, they were okay. I like the one show. The one with the magic.
Okay.
I really did like that. The rock one. But now I will tell you all this. So this is how the shows go. You have to register for whichever show. So they were playing the shows twice in that week and different times throughout the day, like 2 or 3 times throughout the day. The last show they would do is vaccinated only. You would have to go and register, which is okay. It's nice in a way, but not. And the reason I say that is because if you register for a show and it's 10 o'clock in the morning, you're like, yeah, I want to see the 8 o'clock show. But then 8 o'clock rolls around and you decide I'm a little tired, or you decide, hey, I'm not feeling well, or you're like, oh, we're doing XYZ. Then it's like, oh crap. So, I mean, yeah, you could cancel it, but you can only go see it once. I mean, I assume you can cancel it if you cancel in time or something, but you can only see a show once because they're trying to still keep the numbers down. And the other thing I did not like about MSC was you didn't have anytime dining. So originally they had our dining at 5:30 p.m. Y'all, I don't eat at 5:30. I don't eat dinner at 5:30. I was never home at 5:30. So I was like, what? So Ricky went and he got that changed. And so then we got 8:30 dining. Or yeah, 8:30 dining. But I just didn't like that. I will admit I like anytime dining. So if you are someone who's kind of like you're not a regimented person, you're just kind of like, oh, I eat one here and that part may be a little iffy for you. But those are some of the major things that we had. Was there anything else? I know you said we had a survey. They did send out a survey. Okay. So they sent out the survey. So they'll send that out, not long after you get off of your cruise.
Exactly. First question is on a scale of 0 to 10 being very unlikely and 10 very likely, how likely are you to recommend an MSC cruise to family and friends? I'm gonna recommend it always, because everybody should experience everything. So I'll stay 10.
I would say an 8.
We meet in the middle, say 9.
We'll meet in the middle. Yes.
Okay. Okay. On scale of 0 to 10 being
0 to 10. Oh
yeah.
0 being very unsatisfied, 10 being very satisfied. How would you rate your overall experience on your MSC cruise?
An 8, because
yeah.
because
I would say that, like, for instance, our even our steward, he was very nice, but we didn't even get his card until the very end.
Yeah, he did. Like, he introduced himself, and we were calling him by name, and everything. So it was like,
I didn't know who he was right away.
Okay.
Remember, I was walking around trying to find, because I stepped in water in the cabin. It's always something with our cabins. The little refrigerator, the mini fridge, or no, it's not even a mini fridge. Not like you put your stuff in there. It's the mini bar fridge, and it was defrosting and it had leaked out into the carpet. Yeah. And they said it was sent somebody to clean that up. They never did. I'm going to go with an 8.
Okay. 8 works. Next one. Oh, gosh. All right. So 0 to 10, how would you rate the following aspects of your MSC cruise? Please use not used for services you do not use. Embarkation process.
I'm going to say a 9.
A 9, okay. Disembarking.
I'm gonna say a 9.
Yeah, because
there had a lady, y'all. There was this lady. She was mad about it. I don't know what happened. Something about she's had to fill out this paperwork every day, but they waited until people were disembarking it. Oh wait, something's not done on your bill. That's not the time to do that. Not when we're trying to disembark. So this lady was fussing and cussing, talking about, and I'm gonna go to the front of the line, and I'm not gonna wait in line, and blah blah blah. I was like, and we're just standing there waiting and waiting. And then finally they was like, okay, well, here, y'all can go to this other line. And we're like, and then we still had to wait a little bit. And there was some other guy, he was fussing about something. I was just like, okay.
Exactly. Cruise itinerary was fine. It was fine.
I feel as though they should have had more activities. Now Carnival, they have more activities, especially when it's a sea day. They have more things that you can do. I didn't see that as much.
I think it's talking about that. Just itinerary itself, places we went to.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, I guess okay.
Yeah, so
I loop all that into itinerary.
Because they have entertainment team at the bottom, so that's what we'll come up. Shore excursions organized by MSC. We didn't really use them, so I'm gonna say not used.
No, but I was mad at charges for something we didn't do.
Yeah, that was fixed. So yeah, cleanliness of the ship. I'm gonna give that a 10.
Yeah, they were always cleaning. Always.
Cabin cleanliness and housekeeping service 10.
Nope, 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
I kept stepping in that water, messing up my socks.
Okay. Onboard staff.
I'm gonna say a 9.
Okay.
And here's why I say that. Carnival, they kept saying, we're so glad to have you back. We didn't hear that a lot from MSC. We're so glad to see you all. I didn't hear that as much from MSC.
Especially being that first ship back, that first sailing back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Guest service reception. I'm gonna give them a 10 because we went first day. They were able to take care of us.
No, I'm gonna get on 9 because I had to go down there twice, and the person should have told me the information, all the information I need to do inside. Went back upstairs and had to go back downstairs.
Okay. Buffet 7.
No, give them an 8.
Okay.
Right.
Good. Restaurants.
I am gonna say.
We didn't do any of the specialty dining. We did the main dining room and we did the buffet. So
right, and I heard the specialty dining was okay. I'm gonna say, I'll say a 10. And at first I was thinking 9. That one day I ate by myself, I felt like I had to wait a little bit, but maybe it was just because maybe I was just overthinking it.
Okay. The bars, I'm gonna give them an 8. But they had a good variety of whatnot, but it sometimes it took a while to get
oh my gosh, that one lady took forever.
So theater shows.
I want to say 9.
Okay. Entertainment team activities for kids and teens. Not really pertain to us, really.
Don't know.
Yeah, entertainment team activities for adults. I saw some teens. Yeah. I
just 7 or 8. Yeah.
I'll give them a 7. We'll try to get through this a little bit quicker. Do we have any additional comments?
That's where I would leave about the blocking off the stairs.
Okay. Stairs. Ooh. And it's in bold pricks too, so cool. Okay. All right, MSC Cruises has significantly improved its health and safety procedures following government guidelines, and health and guests are top priority. When considering your MSC Cruise experience, which of the below services have been most impacted positively or negatively by the health and safety measures in place? Up to a maximum of 5 options. I would say embarkation process, positivity on my experience.
I know it's kind of hard to see. I can't see what's on the screen really.
Is that a little better?
Definitely I'll say the buffet.
Was what, positivity or negativity?
I would say positively in a way like they were making sure everything was as clean as possible. Okay. Censorship amenities. I don't know. Enjoyment of cabin. They were trying to clean the cabin more. Yeah. We didn't get any of the little towel animals.
Yeah.
They disappointed me.
Yeah.
And if they delivered to your room, they were not coming inside. So like I had breakfast delivered. They're not coming inside, by the way.
So I must hit that. Enjoyment of cabin, bars, theater shows.
The bars, a lot of the bars, they did not let you sit around the bar. So I would say that.
Yeah.
Like they just had the people.
Yeah. So I just marked those. So okay. How satisfied were you overall cruise experience? Satisfied. We were satisfied. We were satisfied. Definitely some things.
Very satisfied.
Yeah. Thinking of your recent cruise with MSC and the rest related to COVID, do you think you had a safe holiday experience? Yeah, we felt extremely safe.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
They were on it. I would say that.
Would you book another cruise with MSC in the next 3 years? Definitely, we will. You just got to figure it into the itinerary and everything. Every cruise.
Oh, that's not what I mean. Yes, we have been on other MSC cruises overseas.
We've been on pre-cruise with another cruise
Yes, we
company.
have.
Yes.
Keep clicking.
So this is the. Oh gosh! All right, so no, we've been on the Norwegian, the Carnival. We're doing Royal Caribbean soon. Um, that's all. Carnival, Norwegian. What am I
I believe
missing?
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean is coming up on September 17th, so that's coming. Why'd you choose positive past experience, appeal of the ship, affordable price, health and, health and safety measures? Those are
Yep,
reasons why
that'll
we
be good.
chose. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's that. That was a survey. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Because we're 51 minutes in, so we try to keep these down. So before everybody goes, make sure that you subscribe
And click the notification button
and,
and
and
like.
yep
And we have a short little video coming out. Oh, we have a short little video coming out to talk about where we're going next. And
yeah.
so we're going to be going somewhere on the 21st of this month.
Uh-huh.
Yay, for my birthday.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. I'm turning 90. Whoop, whoop.
Don't
Okay,
believe that,
so
y'all.
I look good for my age. What? So we're gonna have a little. The goal is to have some type of little survey or question answer or something to kind of give us some pointers and tips on where you think we should go, what we should do for my birthday. All right.
So stay tuned for that. Until next time, y'all. We will holler at y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in and stay tuned. Have them notifications coming so that way you know when more stuff's coming from it, y'all. Until next time, y'all. I will holler at you later.